Welcome to the Jamal Thomas Morning Show. My name is Jamal Thomas. This is my show, and I'm glad that you can join me. Bit of a late start this morning. I got to be honest, I was scrambling. My alarm didn't, well, it went off, but the volume was low. But I am here nonetheless. I'm glad that all of you can join me. Big news. Big, big, super, extreme, amazing news. Trump has cut funding to Ukraine after the meeting at the White House. The meeting where Zelensky threw a hissy fit, Trump cut funding. And I thought he might, because during that meeting, Donald Trump had a conversation where he pointed out, I empowered you to be a tough guy. And what he means by that is the support, the money, the weapons, everything that we have provided to you has given you this impression of strength that you don't have and that you will not have without us. Fair enough. And my thought was, Trump is going to cut funding. If he's going that direction, he's going to cut funding. Then the report came out. He was thinking about cutting funding. And then a few hours later, he cut funding. I want to show other footage from that meeting, never before seen between Trump and Zelensky, that again kind of gets across how bad things have gotten in that meeting between them. And I want to go into a little bit of analysis before Lath comes on about it. So this is never before seen footage of Trump and Zelensky at the meeting. Obviously, this is not necessarily what you want out of a presidential meeting. I mean, this is pretty bad. Yeah, this is pretty bad. This is pretty bad. That's not what you want in a meeting. Yeah, you don't want that in a meeting. It's not what you want. It's just not what you want. It didn't go well. It did not go well. It did not go well. And right here, just to make it plain, this is Reuters. They're saying Trump pauses aid. They can call it that if they want. Right here. Ukraine says it will do all it can after Trump to maintain ties after Trump pauses aid. And to go into it, Ukraine said on Tuesday it would do all it can to maintain its ties with the United States after President Trump paused military aid to Kiev in the most dramatic step yet in the pivot towards closer ties with Russia. Trump has upended U.S. policy on Ukraine and Russia, culminated in an explosive confrontation in the White House on Friday. Now, right here, President Trump has been clear. Where is it? Okay. I'm going to have to go and find the article. Bloomberg does a better version of this than Reuters, because it seems that the only thing Reuters cares about is, oh my God, Donald Trump paused aid. How are we going to keep our ties to Ukraine? As opposed to going in and explaining what has been stopped. And it's effectively everything. Like all of the money, all of the equipment, even equipment that is in other locations. So for right here, U.S. President Trump has instructed the Defense Department to pause all military aid to Ukraine following a public spat with Zelensky. According to Bloomberg, the freeze affects the equipment already designated for delivery, including weapons in transit on aircraft and ships and waiting in transit areas such as Poland. The suspension will stay in place until Trump sees that Ukrainian leaders, quote, demonstrate a good faith commitment to peace, unquote, Bloomberg said, citing a senior Pentagon official. According to the New York Times, the order takes place immediately and affects more than $1 billion in arms and ammunition in the pipeline on order. Quote, the president has been clear that he's focused on peace. We need partners to be committed to that goal as well. We are pausing and reviewing our aid to ensure that it is contributing to a solution, unquote, the White House told Reuters. Wall Street Journal reported earlier on Monday that the White House has stopped funding new weapons sales in Ukraine and was considering freezing weapons shipments. It all stops. It all stops. You pissed off Papa. How do you come to the White House and get a pissing match with Donald Trump in the Oval Office in front of the press and expect that to go well? And I would say to expect that to go well to any world leader at the point where you're coming into their place and you're doing that, especially when you're a beggar and a panhandler and you are sitting out there with your hat in your hand in your janitorial outfit, and they're looking at you as a beggar and as a janitor who's begging them for money, which you are begging them for money. That was never going to go well. That was always going to go poorly. And Donald Trump's response is fair enough. You think you can bite the hand that feeds you? I wish I could show the clip from Dead Presidents where the pimp comes down the stairs. You know what I'm talking about. Pimp comes down the stairs and the guy hits him and says, "Don't bite the hand that feeds you," inward, and puts the gun in his mouth. That's this. That's this. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. On top of that, Donald Trump has also decided to roll back sanctions, or at the very least go through the actions of rolling back sanctions and directing the Treasury Department and there was another department to find ways of sanction relief. So that's the other thing. Also, RT apparently sent the request directly asking for recognition, effectively saying, hey, could you also roll back the sanctions that is affecting our media in this country? All of these people lost their jobs. They lost their jobs from a spiteful Biden administration for a war we were against, you're against. Bring us back. Now, whether Trump does this, who knows? Whether this is even in his mind, who knows? But all of this stuff is coming to a head now. Trump says, I want peace. Zelensky says he does not. Trump says, fair enough. Figure it out on your own. The gang of European idiots that are still gyrating about in Europe have also had another emergency meeting that had been planned weeks in advance in order to complain and bitch at Donald Trump. And while they're complaining about Donald Trump, they are simultaneously begging the United States to give them a backstop, a plan that Donald Trump told Starmer no and Macron no. They've gotten themselves into another tizzy, and they've come up with effectively the same plan, in which case Trump will also tell them once again, no. Zelensky, for his part, after having his bitch fit in the meeting in the Oval Office, he has decided, okay, I will sign your mineral deal. Now, this is after Europeans coddled, hugged, massaged. Oh, it's not that bad. That bad mean Donald Trump said bad things about you. But what they communicated to him was, sign the deal. Sign the deal, you stupid idiot, sign the deal. Now, the reason, as I pointed out before, that they wanted him to sign the deal is because in their mind, that this deal is a backdoor security guarantees. That if Donald Trump signs it, whether he gives security guarantees or not, that Ukraine would effectively, in part, belong to the U.S., and the U.S. will want to maintain security of territory to which they, in part, own. And so if he signs it, then he will almost by definition protect it. And so when Zelensky pulled his hissy fit, then he destroyed the plan. Meaning the stupid idiot didn't stick to the plan to trick the US president into entanglements into Ukraine. He pulled the hissy fit and left. He couldn't stay on script. So all of these European leaders pushed Zelensky, hey, go back and sign that deal. What is wrong with you, you stupid idiot? Go back and sign that deal. So Zelensky comes back and says, okay, I will sign the deal. I will sign the deal. Problem for Zelensky is that we have moved beyond the deal. We've moved to you. And what we've moved to you is, A, you're going to have to eat some ass. You're going to eat some ass. Spoon in hand. You're going to have to eat Trump's ass. First, before you even get in the White House. Get in there, Zelensky. Get in there. Eat it. That's going to have to happen. Two, on top of that, you will have to show that you're willing for a ceasefire. Whether Russia wants it or not is irrelevant. You will have to show that you're for a ceasefire. You will have to show that you're willing to compromise and come to some kind of agreement. You will have to show those things, meaning we've moved beyond just signing a deal. There are now consequences. And part of those consequences is I am going to put the screws to Zelensky in order to bend him into form, just like I bent all of these other Republicans into form, just like I bent Walz into form and Rubio into form. All of these people who don't believe in this agenda but are doing this agenda, you will also be bent into form. That is the point. It is beyond him signing the agreement. It is going to being forcing Zelensky into a peace deal or peace agreement, or at the very least, a ceasefire. Zelensky screwed up. Zelensky screwed up royally. And look, just to, I guess my point is there are consequences. And Trump is enacting those consequences. I want to bring in my guest,